both.
Red and green.
Mhm.
The green ones are better than the red ones.
Good morning everyone, thank you so much for joining me here in the kitchen today. So I've just gotten back from apple picking in the country. It is one of my favourite fall, autumn activities to do. So I'm really glad I got to do that this season, but I have picked a lot of apples, which will be perfect for the recipe that I'm using today. So I did pick 2 bags worth of apples, which I'm very excited about. So I've got Granny Smith and Pink Lady. These will be perfect for the apple pie that I'm using today. So come join me and we can make this pie together. Okay, we're gonna start with the pie crust. I always do this a night before. We'll use my scales. I'm just using a regular recipe for pie crust, just flour, salt, sugar, butter, and iced water. 325 grams of flour. Nearly 2 more grams. 1 more gram. Perfect. I've already done the wrong thing. I'm only meant to put 1.5 cups of flour, so not all the flour. So I'll put it in another bowl, some of it. Okay. Like that. And it says salt. Salt. Salt's in. Now, tablespoon of sugar. Sugar's optional, but I'm gonna put it in. Okay. Butter. Okay, so we need to get 230 grams of butter. Now it says to cube the butter and then add the butter in with the remaining flour and then the water. This seems like a lot of butter. Oh gosh. Now, that is all ready to be mixed. I don't have one of those machines to mix it all together, but we're gonna do it by hand, and you still can do it by hand. It's not really that hard. You just have to make sure that the flour is coated around the butter, and then just give the butter a bit of a squish. Obviously it's not going to stick together right now because we haven't put in the water, but you just need to kind of push together the flour and the butter like this. Hopefully you can see that. So you kind of have to push the butter and the flour in like this, just so you don't have massive cubes of butter in your crust. I mean, some people like that, but not me. This is like a hand workout, gosh. Squishing this all together. Really need to get one of those tools that does this for you. Pretty sure they're called like a pulsing machine. I could be wrong, something like that. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about though. A lot of pie recipes call for icy water, so what I do is put more ice to water in my cup and use the correct measurements, and then I leave it for a bit so it gets that little frosty outside to the glass. That's how you know it's ready. And now all I need to do is just pop it in the flour mixture, and then that will create a crust. I'm just gonna do a little at a time just because it can vary. You don't want the ice in there. Okay. Okay. So as you can tell, it's coming together. Still a bit dry. We'll just put a tiny bit more in, but it should be good after that. Now I think it'd be a bit easier if I put it on out of the bowl. So I'll just pop it down here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna have to do that growl. Would you like to say hello to my YouTube? Come on, I already heard you. Just say hey. Your hand will be in it though. That's my mother's hand. She's pushed it away. She's very camera shy. Will you say hi to them one day? Oh, now she's not speaking at all, but she's just lip syncing her words. Are you gonna have some of my apple pie? No? Why not? So now that it's in a bowl, we are gonna put Glad wrap over it and chill it in the fridge for the rest of the night. Why can't I? Oh. Gosh. Okay, here we go. Pop it on like that. And it says to flatten it, so can do this with a rolling pin, but I can't be bothered to get it out. I'm being very lazy tonight, but whatever. Okay. Just cover it like so. Now this will go in the fridge and we'll come back tomorrow and assemble my pie. Okay, so now that my crust is chilling in the fridge, I'm going to peel these apples and slice them ready for the pie. Usually I do 8 apples. I'm going to try 6 this time, and I usually do half Granny Smith and then half Pink Lady, but we don't have any Pink Lady, so Granny Smith will be fine. Okay, so now with the leftover apple skin, I am just going to put them in my compost heap. Apples, I'm just going to cut them till I'm left with their core. Okay, so that is all my apple cutting up into little pieces. So now I just need to add the spices and then we have to cook this apple. Okay, so we also need to add some sugar. Put the white sugar in first. We'll start off with my cinnamon. We have 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Now I'll just mix this all together and coat all the apple with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this filling now is I'm going to pop it on the stove just for the apples to soften a bit, and I'll be back and we'll assemble this pie very shortly. Maybe if I just, here we go. Perfect. Okay, take off the... That is the worst pie crust I've ever done in my life. That's really embarrassing. Okay, moving beyond that. We are now going to put the filling in and then we pop it back in the fridge and then we do the top layer. Roll out the top and pop it on and then we'll be done. And we just have to cook it for 45 minutes. Okay, so now this is the perfect size to put on my pie. I'm just gonna put it over there for a sec. Bring the pie in. And then just pop it over the top. Something like this we're gonna do. Okay, pie crust is done. It looks awful, but it's done. Now I'm just gonna coat it with some egg wash, just to make it all golden when it is in the oven. Last step is to dust a bit of sugar on it, and then I'm gonna bake it for 45 minutes. Okay guys, we're done. Look how good it looks. I think it looks good. I'm not sure what your take is on it, but it looks really good and I'm really excited to eat it.